Hey, what's up, guys? I'm wearing a hat. That's a shock. So I got a new microphone and I'm kind of learning how to use it, so it does sound a little bit crappy right now, but it'll sound better soon, I promise. Maybe I'll become an ASMR YouTuber. I'll do eating ASMR, specifically. The beautiful Christian website we'll be looking at today is called biblicalgenderroles.com. And I know what you're thinking. Totally epic. You're gosh darn right. We can't say God today because this video is holy. Just want to say real quick before we start, no hate to any religions or this religion specifically. It's just based off of this website. I am not trying to make fun of you if you're religious. It's just this guy. He's not nice. He's not nice. You'll see. You'll see what I mean. So today you're going to learn a few things, okay? I've got 3 on the list here. The first one is the 10 commandments of marriage. The second one is how to discipline your wife. And the third one is how to confront your wife for denying you sex. So today's lesson, let's start off with the 10 commandments of marriage. All right, so number 1, husbands and wives, love God more than you love your spouse. To me, what this means is it's okay to cheat on your spouse if it's with God. So if you go to the bar and God happens to be there, buys you a drink, you can go back to his apartment, okay? Cheating is only okay when it's with God. I wonder what the husbands and wives are supposed to say when one of them says, I love you more. And the other one's probably like, oh, well, I would say that, but I actually love God more than you. Number 2, wives, submit to your husband. Wow, we're already getting into the misogyny, huh? I thought it was a little bit too early to start there, but I guess we're starting with it at number 2. Number 3, husbands, know your wife and honor her as your helper. Honestly, that's a nice one, so I can't really say anything mean about it. 4, wives, respect your husband as the holy women of old did their husbands. I don't know what the fuck that means, so I'm just gonna go to the next one. Number 5, husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. Personally, I think that's a nice one too. It means love your wife a lot, so I can't really hate on that one. Number 6, wives, ravish your husband with your sexual love and give your body freely to your husband whenever he needs sex. What fucking incel wrote this website? I just want to know. Was it Ben Shapiro? Who else could it be? I can't even think of one more person who it would be. I mean, Jesus Christ. No pun intended there. What an awful commandment. Can someone tell me exactly what happens if he needs sex every 5 minutes? What does she do then? Does she combust into thin air? Number 7, husbands. Find sexual satisfaction in your wife's body on a regular basis and give your body freely to your wife whenever she needs sex. I like how it says find sexual satisfaction on a regular basis as if it's a chore. Like, oh, my wife's disgusting body. I have to find satisfaction in it, even though it's so disgusting. Find the satisfaction. What are you, gay? Maybe this guy's gay. Number 8, husbands and wives. Have children. Okay, so what happens when you don't want them? Or one of them can't have a baby? What do you do then? Is adoption so bad? Number 9, wives. Bear children and manage your home for your husband. I was waiting for this one. Wife, you stay at home. You stay at home and you cook. And you take care of the kids and get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. And that is all you're useful for. Sorry, I didn't make the rules, God did. The wife stays in the kitchen and make the sandwich. I tried. I'm Italian, but that was really bad. I'm so sorry to my fellow Italians. I am so sorry. And finally, number 10, husbands. Provide food, clothing, and shelter to your wife and children. Sick, dude, because women can't provide for themselves. You got that right. That's a man's job. You want to be a chef, dad? Oh, that's really cool. That's gay. I don't know what happened. At the end of all these commandments, it says, if we would only follow these commands of God regarding marriage, divorce would be eradicated and we would have a more peaceful and prosperous society. Do you know how many people probably unironically follow every single one of those commandments and still cheat? Alright, so now that we know what it takes to have a complete, stable relationship, I want to get into the good stuff. How to discipline your wife. Okay? If you're a lady, you better listen carefully or watch what happens. So this guy talks about the history of discipline and how to not do it in an abusive way. Well, congratulations, you got a cookie. And then we just keep scrolling down a little bit, right? And then it says, my position on wife spanking. So I don't know how we're supposed to take this seriously at all because that sounds like a joke. While I do not support all the methods prescribed by Christian domestic discipline movement, I do not think wife spanking by itself is sinful. I do not practice this myself at the time with my wife, but I do know some godly Christian couples that use this in their marriage with the wife's consent. I've written an entire article on the subject that you can read. Does the Bible allow a husband to spank his wife? That's probably more what he sounds like. I didn't know they could be a little bit freaky. Wow, so you guys allow spanking? That's allowed? I didn't think that was allowed at all. I thought, imagine spanking your wife because she burnt her sweet potato casserole. Ah, shit. Honey, I burnt the sweet potato casserole. What? Are you shitting me? You burnt the sweet potato casserole. What about the boiled chicken? I used too much seasoning. Wow. That is fucking disgusting. So, you're telling me you used 2 pinches of salt instead of 1? Yeah, I did, but I mean, it's still edible. Honey, I'm so... Nah, you see, it just doesn't work like that. Get over here, Susan. You know what happens when you burn the sweet potato casserole. It's God's plan, not mine. So now that we know what it takes to discipline our wives, let's see the reasons why we should. There's 7 reasons here, and number 1 is for disrespect. So if your wife is speaking in disrespectful and demeaning ways in public in front of others, this might require a public rebuke of her tone and actions. Watch out, ladies, if you say shit or titties, you might just get spanked by your husband in public, on the train, in a plane, on a boat, in a restaurant. So watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Don't say titties. Number 2, overspending. If your wife is spending money against your wishes, this may require confiscation of her credit cards and ATM cards. I really hope nobody's looking at this website and taking it seriously, because confiscating your wife's card because she's spending her own money. That doesn't sound like marriage, that sounds like hostage. Number 3, for failing to care for your children or contradicting your authority with your children. I mean, I guess that one makes sense. If the kids are out of control and Susan has to pick it up, let's go, Susan, or you get spanked. Number 4, for too much TV watching. If your wife is watching too much TV, you could cancel the cable or satellite TV and just have an antenna service. Oh yeah, my Christian wife, yeah, she wouldn't stop watching TV. We got the old antenna cable. You know, had to do it to her because she just didn't stop watching so much TV. Number 5, for too much online time. Are we sure that this isn't a guide on how to maintain a hostage in your home? Because maybe I have the total wrong article here. If your wife is spending too much time online, like Facebook or other social outlets or online shopping, then if she does not respond to your warnings about this, you could change your internet code on your router so that her devices will not have access to the internet. What is she, fucking 5? Or 12? So 5-year-olds don't know how to use Wi-Fi, do they? They might now. The babies might now. I don't know. Number 6, for neglect of the home. That one's also boring, so we're gonna move on to number 7, the best one, and the last one. For sexual denial. If your wife is unsubmissive in the sexual arena and chronically denies your sexual advances without legitimate medical or psychological reasons for doing so, then perhaps that upcoming trip you were going to take her on gets canceled. Alright then, pack it up, Susan. We're not going to Sandals, Jamaica next month because you won't get on your knees one goddamn time. The sexual arena. Yo, have you checked out our sexual arena? This shit is big. 1,000 people could go. 1,000 people, yeah. Yeah, I knew this stuff would be misogynistic, but it gets even better in our last lesson. We're gonna learn how to confront your wife for denying you sex. Anyway, so he writes a bunch of meaningless stuff, but these are the 8 steps to confronting your wife's sexual refusal. So step 1 is to rebuke her privately, which is a legitimate answer, I guess. Talk to her and say, hey, am I ugly or something? Why won't you sleep with me? What's going on? Step 2, stop taking her on dates or trips. Stop taking your wife to her favorite restaurants. Stop taking her out to those movies she wants to see. Don't take her on those weekend getaways she wants to go on. I'm not saying to stop talking to your wife or ignore your wife, as that is not an option for a Christian husband. But your wife does not have the right for you to take her on dates or trips. These things are a privilege that you may remove at any time. So in this guy's idea of marriage, the woman going on vacations is a privilege that she can earn from her husband that he can just take away. Like she's like a lab rat. Also, this is like the number 1 thing to do to not get somebody to sleep with you. Like if you went out on a nice vacation with your wife and it's a beautiful vacation, I mean, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Step 3, no unnecessary household upgrades. No sex equals no new dishwasher. Sorry, no sex, gotta wash all the dishes with your hands and the sponge. That's just how it is in this Christian house. Step 4, stop doing the little extra things. You know those dinners you cook, or that vacuuming you do, or those things that really she should be doing for herself, but you have simply been trying to be nice and doing for her? Stop doing them. Jesus. Sentence, man. See what I'm telling you? I couldn't even read it. Stop giving her those nice back and shoulder massages she loves so much. There should be tips on how to get your wife to hate you. If you stop doing all that, she's not going to want to sleep with you at all. She's not even going to want to look at you. If you just pretend that you hate her and don't do anything, oh yeah, oh that's so attractive. Yo, that's going to make her want to sleep with you so much. Step 5, remove her funding. If your wife has not repented and changed her ways after these first 5 steps, you are sure to have a very angry and defiant wife. The little bit of sex there was in your marriage is most likely completely gone. This is where we begin the final phase of confronting your wife's sexual refusal. Imagine taking away your wife's credit card because she won't sleep with you. Step 6, rebuke her before witnesses. If she is still defiant after you've tried all forms of biblical discipline with her, take her to a Christian marriage counselor so they can serve as a witness to her sinful defiance. This is like couples counseling gone mad. Imagine bringing your wife to a therapist and then they talk about how sinful it is that you don't want to sleep with your ugly husband. Hey, there might be a reason. Don't blame her. And the final step. Can you guess what it is? Bring her before the church. If bringing her to a counselor does not shake her defiance after you've tried all other forms of discipline, then bring her to your pastor and his wife to have her sin confronted by church authority. If she is defiant to them, then she needs to be expelled from the church. Please, please, Pastor Ezekiel, my wife will not have sex with me. She is so sinful. Convince her. Convince her that I am so sexy. Yeah, so what a train wreck of a website. I really hope this whole website is satire. I mean, if it is, I will look like an idiot. So actually, if you guys did enjoy this video, this guy has something else written about trans people and gay people that I want to use in a different video if you guys like this one. And it's called How Christian Parents Can Deal with Transgender and Homosexual Desires in Their Teens. And it is very funny, so I will make a video on that. So yeah, that is a Christian website that made me lose all of my brain cells. I hope you guys still have one after this video. Unfortunately, I only have half of one. Anyways, I will see you guys next week with a new video.